entrance. They heading towards that tank. They need to get that tank repaired. Definitely. That's very important in this match. I can't stress that enough. Get that tank repaired quickly, and this match will go a lot smoother for you. You've got the tank that'll move 1.5 times faster, I believe, the normal settings, down towards the first tank barrier. If that's been built, they'll need to blow that. If it hasn't, they'll have to defend it and stop it being built until the tank's past that point, at which point they'll go over the bridge, head all the way down to tank barrier number 2. If that's been built, which it normally is, that'll have to be dynamited. They'll have to push their way forward, blow through the bank entrance using the tank, grab the gold, get it to the truck, get that truck moving, and bring it home. The match is about to begin, and we are fight in this rtcw.no match. Starting on the Axis team, Mythology, allied team DSky, 2 Euro big dogs are matching it up today, and we've got Xenon first of all mining the back entrance. So he's mined the main rampway through towards that tank, and then we've got an Intact who's mined a couple of mines in towards the tank and by the front entrance. So the only real option they've got at the moment is to head through that front entrance, and that is what they're doing. In goes DSky now. Landmine from Xenon, proving it's worth. Rifle grenade from Grippy, that connects. Ready on the receiving, and then Ankle and Intact moving forward. Ankle and Intact get 3 kills between them. Absolutely outstanding first defense from Mythology. They've got to hold on to that tank for as long as possible. That is going to be Mythology's main aim, and Patty, who is an engineer, is heading this time towards the main ramp. He's by himself at the moment. Intact's up the top of there. He's just spotted him, and the bullet's flying. Intact, though, slash kills. Can't see those mines anymore, so it looks like they might have been moved. And Theta and Patty both going in that entrance now. Rifle grenade against from Grippy. That connects with Sanctity. Rennie's on the floor. He's waiting for a medic, and then they try and push. We've got the Theta backing up Patty. Patty going in now. He's set up with a crossfire. Can the medic pick him up? Yes, the medic picks him up before he gets taken down himself. Can he keep pushing forward? No. Darky gets the kill. MP40 on Patty, and that attack is over. TosspoT, they've got some nice tactics at the moment, varying their attack.
Key, is it illegal for us to scream out in global chat saying gib, gib, gib? Because these guys, if they were to gib some of these bodies, they would have won. They would have won 10, 20, 50-0. It would be all over if these guys just gibbed. But right now, there are bodies going down and then getting picked up seconds later with their invulnerability, hurting these guys. But as I speak, the tank is being repaired now by Patty. He's got it. He's stolen it away. Landmine hits it, but the tank has been stolen. And where the hell were Mythology? They were right there a second ago, and by magic of ET, they were at the main entrance, then they were gone, and now the tank is away, and Mythology fall on down to that tank barrier 1, which they are going to get set up quickly, I believe. They've got DSky didn't get a good spawn and weren't able to push on up, but Mythology quickly get their engineer hit by the grenade of Juhan. Artillery hits another engineer, but they're going to get him. No, Juhan's artillery hit Xenon and gives him, and DSky have got the first barrier sort of in their control, sort of not in their control, if you know what I mean.
Indeed, it's halfway between being made, and that was a lovely shot, taking down the engineer before he could repair that tank barrier. They finally got the tank moving again. DSky need to get their sorry little asses down there and defend that tank barrier. That tank's moving towards it, but it desperately needs defending. We've got a fire for effect put in, like at the start, on the way you repair that first tank barrier. They are desperate not to get that built. They took a bit longer than they would have liked, I'm sure, to get the tank repaired, and at the moment they desperately need to get that tank moving. It's stuck on the rampway down, and then they go now to try and repair the tank barrier. Lovely kill by Morty on Xenon, though. That tank barrier is still extremely close to be being built, and in they come now. DSky got that tank moving finally again down towards tank barrier 1. It's heading there slowly but surely, and it's going to pass it. There it is, past the first tank barrier, and TosspoT, a lovely first defense by DSky on that tank barrier to stop it being built.
Yes, a lovely first attack by DSky on the tank barrier. I gotta say though, I think somewhere there has been a huge fight in top-end European enemy territory between engineers and medics, because right now the medics don't like the engineers and don't revive them anymore. Because right now we saw it on Oasis, and Xenon, he had backup from the medic, then all of a sudden, when he was trying to rebuild that tank barrier, that backup was all gone. So I don't know what's going on here, but somehow there's got to be a little bit, before these two can say that they are on the top of their games, there's a little bit more team play, a little bit more covering, a little bit more backing up that has to go in. Tonight, these two teams are not on top of their game, and they are playing to the opposition's flaws. DSky's lack of Gibbs, and on the last one, lack of backup of their engineer. And on Mythology's side, lack of revives, lack of backup. And that is what is costing them right now. If one team can eradicate these flaws, then they can rise well above the opposition and claim that European #1 slot.
Yeah, we're looking at it now. They finally got that tank repaired, and that's moving over 2 mines. That's going to damage the tank quite a bit. And the Axis team are trying to get the grenades spammed in on the tank and stop it from moving. There's only one there. It's Sanctity, but Putty ends Sanctity's life, keeping that tank moving. It's on about an 8th health at the moment as it heads down towards the second tank barrier, which has been built, and in comes Darky and Sanctity now, priming those grenades. The grenades go up. They're trying to get the MG42 tank on them. No luck so far, but Grippy drops out the tank, backed up by his teammates. They're charging forward now. They're going to try and get rid of those Axis players, trying to defend that tank. And after they got an engineer, they have in Grippy. Grippy trying to repair now. Intact though from behind, trying to take him out. Intact gets 2 kills, SW and Grippy, and that tank has still not been repaired. And again, Morty was there, not really helping them much as a medic, not getting the revives in there. He's left alone by himself, and Ankle sorts him out. And this match still underway, trying to get that tank moving. That has got to be one of the things that DSky needs to do pretty urgently as the match goes on. We've got mines being planted down by Xenon. That's going over the bridge entrance. We've got a airstrike quite oddly put on the bridge at the moment. That doesn't manage to connect. A double kill landmine from Xenon on Grippy and SW. They're the two engineers. We've got Morty, who's a medic, pushing forward. No chance is he going to get near those people, but of course Mythology have quite rightly given them, and they desperately need to get an engineer down towards that tank, TosspoT.
Well, and the tank is in the furthest possible point from the Allied spawn. It is right on the corner from the bridge to the marketplace, and there's a hell of a lot of Axis players on the bridge, and there is Intact and Ankle sitting on top of the market stairs, and there is no way through until they can take out one of these two places. My suggestion would be to try the market stairs. If you can get inside that little building, then you can get slightly further. Because, oh, wait, as I'm speaking, they have taken the bridge defense apart, and all of a sudden, Patty, Grippy, and SW are pushing in with a repair tank into this marketplace now. Dynamite's going down on that tank barrier. Here comes the respawning Mythology team, though, to hit Grippy where it hurts. Dynamite goes down, though. Grippy under fire from grenades and airstrikes, but that tank is in position. The Dynamite is almost ready to go, and it is all but over. The market defense is all but over.
Indeed, they're trying to push down now. Mythology definitely trying to retake that courtyard area to try and hold it off. We've got 10 seconds left on that Dynamite. No engineer inside to defuse. Tell a lie. Xenon's there. Can he defuse it in time? Yes, he can. Dynamite defused the tank barrier too. So these guys have got to concentrate on retaking the courtyard area. They managed to do it once. A lovely grenade and Thompson kill by Grippy. He's charging on fire at the moment. Thieves are trying to push forward as well. The tank's been damaged. And DSky need to push forward, reclaim that courtyard area. Mythology, though, Dark and Sanctity shooting on the bridge, trying to hold them off. An airstrike put in by DSky on the bridge. That doesn't get any kills, but it manages to give their own players that were lying, waiting for a medic on the bridge. We've got an Axis airstrike thrown in right towards where the Axis players were. That was very odd indeed. In goes DSky again, trying to crawl, hitting the deck, walking along, doing whatever they can, trying to get along that bridge, but they're defending extremely well. Mythology at the moment, holding off the DSky team, just pounding into them with that MP40 and just cutting them down as they try and get over that bridge. And TosspoT, they desperately need something to happen. They need to get organised, but Mythology very strong at the moment on the defence.
Yeah, Mythology getting those key positions where they can shoot them in the back as they try and set themselves up, which is really key and really going to help them. But like we said, they can get through that bridge defense. They've proved that they can. A good Panzerfaust, that's Theta who's got it now, can dislodge them. But Mythology getting lots of grenade kills, getting lots of this little gib kills in, and it's really breaking them up as they try to set up a position. But saying that, it's not just that. If you look up in the console, the last 8 kills have all been from Mythology, and only 2 of them grenade. The rest are Intact or Darky or Rene's MP40. So Mythology really showing they know what's what.
Indeed. And they're actually racking them up at the moment. It goes to 12, 13 kills spammed in by the Mythology team in the console. They're pretty much owning up on defense at the moment, which is what they need to do. They've got mines planted on the bridge, so that's going to hold them off. The airstrike goes in again on the bridge by the Axis team. That's the Allied team, by DSky, trying to get rid of some of the players that are there, but at the moment it's not having any effect whatsoever. Juhan and Theta are trying to push forward. SW gripping on the receiving end from the MP40 Wrath at the moment from Mythology, and we've got actually Theta who's planting mines by the spawn area, which is an interesting tactic by DSky, and he's actually spamming nades in there as well. They've seen him though. Theta gets killed by Intact MP40. They've got a dynamite planted. Now that's on the stair area. In fact, they've got 2.
No, would you believe it? They've got 2 mist plants on that point. They are both mist plants.
Is it?
On that overhanging bug plant from the Axis spawn. And DSky comms must be raged. Yes, the first one didn't go off. The second one is going to go off in approximately 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang! And it hits absolutely nothing. Oh, but the dynamite hits Ankle, who's flying through midair, and gets gibbed instantly by that dynamite. Whoops.
In fact, though, DSky, I've just noticed, have managed to retake that courtyard area. At the moment, they're trying to get the dynamite down. They're trying to get cover as well. They've got the MG42 at the rear of the tank, causing some havoc. And Theta has just got the dynamite planted. Now, if they can keep that MG42 prepared and an engineer alive to keep the tank operational as soon as it blows, then they might have a chance of pushing back that past that second tank barrier here. Theta is holding back. He's running over medic pack walkways that have been left for him at the moment, and the countermite is counting down. 9, 8, 7 seconds left, and Ankle gets killed. And have they gibbed him? No, see, he's still waiting for a medic. I can see 2, 3 ungibbed Axis players. Now, can the engineer get in there and repair that tank before the tank barrier is repaired? The tank barrier is repaired. A lovely charge forward by DSky to try and hold it back, and there it is. Tank back past the second tank barrier, and we are still waiting for that tank to blow through the courtyard. A nice attack though by DSky TosspoT, claiming very well timed.
Yeah, it's finally timed, and they're going to have 8 full minutes to get the gold from the bank. The tank is lining up its shot. Kapow! Tank blows, hits, and now DSky are going to push in and try and grab that gold. Mythology have got other ideas. They have got Intact and Ankle set up in the bank doorway. They've got Rene and Sanctity set up in the second spawn archway, and they've got Darky in the very first spawn archway. They've got their crossfire set up. They've got their mines going down now from Zenon. Multitasking man. You wouldn't see Zenon playing engineer if Piotr hadn't left. But now Mythology are setting up their positions, and they've got 7.5 minutes now to hold on, hold tight, and to get it. Normally you'll see a first rush on the bank succeed because they've got the ascendancy, they've got momentum behind it. But in this case, Mythology got a good respawn and got their position set up straight away. But as I speak, Grippy and SW pushing across the front of that tank with Juhan coming with them. Both grenade, and Rene and Darky reclaim Axis territory.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, but Mythology seem to be giving the DSky members much more efficiently than DSky giving those Mythology players. I saw again another few players that were taken down by DSky with not too much trouble, but then picked up straight away by the medics from Mythology that were picking them up. Not too bad medicing by DSky at the moment, but they're definitely not getting those gibs in that they need, and that is proving to be the turning point, I believe, for Mythology at the moment. Anyway, as the Mythology team /kill, we're about ready to go again, and Ankle is there to take down the Theta even, sorry, I want to call it the ETA, but never mind. Anyway, they're charging towards the left, Rennie gets a cruiser to MG, double kill, one after the other. Rennie's in trouble though, Morty manages to get the kill with that Thompson, but Ankle and Darky right up there to back them up again, get the pickups on the ungibbed Mythology members. Theta's gone towards Panzerfaust now, but only manages a single kill Panzer on Ankle. And we have the /kills coming in from the Mythology team again, and Theta with the grenade kill on Sanctity. That was just after he /killed himself and then spawned. So they're getting a few nice spawn grenades going in there at the moment. They need to get organised there. They need to get a nice rush going on. Morty tries to go through past towards the tank, gets caught out by Zenon's landmine, but Paddy's there to pick him up. Paddy has gone to medic now, and it's going to be medic and Buildot's rush, I believe, to try and get into that bank. No need for those engineers anymore unless those tank barriers have been repaired, truck barriers, sorry, have been repaired, which they haven't. TosspoT's gone to toilet, nice of him to tell me. And Grippy manages to get the kill on Intact. DSky waiting back though. Panzerfaust, the ETA, trying to get a kill, but gets a long-range ACP kill on Ankle instead. And they're doing some outstanding work at the moment, especially Theta from behind, trying to get the kills. Rennie back on that cruise left MG, gets a couple of kills on Grippy, and Morty cuts through them like a warm knife through butter. This is not going well for DSky. They're getting some nice kills, but Mythology back each other up well, getting those kills, setting up the crossfire on the courtyard and causing all kinds of havoc for the DSky team as they try and charge forward. Morty finally gets a kill on Sanctity, but then Morty and Paddy /kill, so DSky going to try it all over again as Mythology start to reform up in the courtyard area, and here they come now, all 6 DSky members, and that is a great sight to behold as they all charge through into the courtyard area. Morty's going to lead the way. Morty gets the first kill as well on Sanctity. Darky's coming round, and Sanctity gets a double kill artillery support put in on their own spawn. That was very good indeed, but back they come. Grippy this time, the medic picking up his teammates, and they've gone straight through the Axis spawn and kill Intact and give him. That was Paddy's doing there as they work their way one by one through the spawn area. I can see Paddy, SW, Grippy and Morty. Now are DSky going to make another mistake? And yes they are, they've waited too long again, and Xenon's gone through from behind, takes down 2, Darky's gone to back them up, and again a wasted chance by DSky because they were just sitting around waiting, trying for the spawn camp. That has not worked for DSky at all. They had a nice position set up as they killed 4 to go through and claim the spawn area. Well, just through the spawn area, Xenon came back and just mowed through them all, charging through and not leaving them with any chance whatsoever. That MG42 has been destroyed, so Rennie's now back resorting to his MP40. Intact getting the kill though, however. Paddy's pushing forward, gets the kill on Sanctity. Not as much organisation from DSky, but in come 3 together. 4 SW's been killed though on his way through. They're getting gibbed and taken out by those landmines that are right by the truck. Morty's in trouble. Ankle gets the kill, but only after Morty just runs over a landmine. And Grippy, after that large attack, is the only survivor because of all the landmines planted like mad all over the truck area. Intact gets the kill on Johan, and Grippy is still waiting back by himself, and there comes Rennie now trying to take him out. They've got a 1v1 situation. Rennie gets the kill, cut through Grippy with that MP40. And DSky respawn again, heading down through, over towards, into the courtyard now. Again, Morty goes in by himself. I don't think that was a good idea. The rest of them held back, and Morty went in by himself, and SW's gone in by himself as well now. This is not good play by DSky, not as organised. They seem to be going in and just spreading out. The artillery support is put in by the Mythology team. Darky though doing the job for it with the MP40, cut through SW, then gets a Luger kill on Theta. Landmine from Xenon. SW getting the only kill on Darky, trying to push forward, but Patty on the receiving end of Sanctity's MP40, and that leaves Paddy and Morty, 2 medics left alive by themselves, trying to push through the truck entrance. Landmine from Xenon though, and then crew served MG finishes off the 2. Johan and Paddy still trying to push forward. Paddy gets killed. The medics, Grippy and Paddy, trying to keep each other alive as they push through past the truck, but they're just going over landmines, run into crew served MGs, and it's all over the try. Paddy's going to try it by himself now as well. He runs up towards the Crusader MG, gets the kill on Xenon, tries to kill on the Crusader MG, but a lovely long-range kill by Darky, was it? Yes, Darky on Paddy. And they've repaired the truck for some strange reason, and they still haven't got the gold. So that's what they need to do, get into that bank. Come on, DSky. Trying to charge forward again. Morty took out in midair by Darky. Sounds to be getting the kill on Theta. SW finally gets the only kill. SW seems to be getting the single kills for DSky, and the rest of DSky just getting killed by this enormous crossfire that Mythology have got set up. And TosspoT, are you back with me, mate? Because I can barely breathe.
I'm back here, just listening in, watching across, and I know you said earlier when DSky had 4 round past the spawn, it was DSky's loss and DSky's fault. I gotta say, I think Mythology have been fantastic on this last stage. They've been so in DSky's face. When DSky had 4 round the back of the spawn and going around to the back of the bank, DSky, Mythology spawned and came at them from 2 different ways and just closed them down before DSky could waste the opportunity. They didn't let them waste the opportunity, they took it themselves. And they can't get these Gibbs in, they refuse to give DSky. It's a waste of their ammo. I think that's what it is, because they're going to hold on for the full 30 seconds here. There's 15 seconds left to go, and DSky really are going to have to pull out the performance of their lives to save defeat here. It is, again, as we've said now, it was Mythology's to win, but now it's Mythology's to lose, because DSky are, well, they're not aggressive enough. They're not in their faces enough. There's a real lack of perhaps ambition by DSky to get the objectives done and in and out and kaput, so to speak. Kill stats going in there. Darky 29 kills, Sanctity 47, and Intact 32. They're the top 3. They're all Mythology players, and Mythology dominating the scoreboard. DSky are going to ready up. We're waiting on the 9 players to ready up. A reminder though to take a look at rtcw.no. It went up last weekend, and it is a cracking webby. One other piece of news as well is that the place where it all began for Kieran and I, this must have been about a year ago now, back in RTCW Unterelite, this tournament run by Stun and Bluebird, is back up for enemy territory, and it is, I'm not sure what it's going to be called. I think it's called Unter and Elite. I have no clue what the final news are, but it's in the advanced stages of production. There's a poster on it over at rtcw.co.uk. Check it out. Great run tournament last time. It was one of the greatest tournaments in UK RTCW, and now they're going to move it over to ET and see how they can do. So good luck to you guys. We wish you all the best. Keyring is back. How did you see that one going? Did you see the same thing as I did? Mythology dominance, or did you think it was DSky's fault?
That was intense, to say the least. DSky, I can't take anything away from them. They did try pretty hard, and they got a couple of good attacks, and I still do feel that they could have just instead of waiting for giving the Mythology the chance to spawn when they managed to get through the spawn area. I still think they could have rushed on, because they had 4 of them there to try and get the gold out. They might have stood a bit more of a chance of at least getting 1 gold out, if not both of them. So I thought that was a bit unfortunate, but as you say, yes, valid point. They were Mythology did extremely well, looping around them from both directions. Although they only did it with 2 players in the end, they managed to take out all 4 of them, which I thought was very impressive indeed. With regards to how I saw this going, Mythology dominance. I think I'm going to go view at the moment. Mythology pretty much dominating DSky at the moment, but I think DSky would do a lot better. I think they wouldn't be dominated. It'd be pretty even if DSky would get those goddamn Gibbs in. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, poor Key. He goes insane when they don't go to the Gibbs. They've already taken him out of the mental house once. But never mind. It's just 1 player to go. It's gonna be close. This is what it all comes down to now. This whole match is gonna be decided in these next 20 minutes. You could have just not played the rest, and that is what it would have all been about. So we shall see. It's gonna be a real slobber knocker, Key.
What were you saying? I missed that. What was that? Slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker. What the hell's a slobber knocker? No? TosspoT, do you mind explaining to me what a slobber knocker is?
It's a war.
Alright.
It's a war.
Bless you. Anyway, we're in on 1 more player. And we are prepared to fight. Look at that. Good luck, have fun. I just say it and they ready up. It's a God-given gift, it is. Anyway, I'm going to start us off again. The countdown begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The match is Fight. That's right, you lovely sounder. And we are well and truly underway. This time on the Axis team, DSky, they need a full hold. If Mythology set a time, it is over. Anyway, in they go now. Mythology going to try a main frontal entrance, orifice, exit, tank orifice entrance thing. And try and revive the tank. It doesn't work because they run over those landmines, and in come Mythology now. And indeed, you can see what they're doing now is they're giving pretty well, but DSky getting the kills. Outstanding kills, in fact. Rifle grenade by Xenon getting the main kill on Paddy. But DSky owning up, in my opinion, there. We saw 3 kills by Myth to DSky's a lovely 6, which would be Gibbs as well. So DSky obviously listening to what we're saying. Give those players. And Mythology going to try and push in there again. Sentry getting a nice early kill. Dark is in trouble though. Morty gets the kill MP40 through the narrow gap in the doorway. Theta is patiently waiting for a medic at the moment from any of the DSky members that want to try and revive him. He is there and waiting very patiently there at the moment. Xenon's going to try and run in, jumps over as if there's any landmines there. He runs over a landmine. He's trying to revive the tank and he is doing so very well at the moment. He's on top of a landmine though. And he's been dropping some medic packs behind him. No! Oh, no! Landmine! One of his teammates ran over a landmine, which then took out the engineer who had been...
No, he was shot off it. He was shot off the landmine.
Was it? Oh, they stole it! Oh, that was very quick. I didn't even see that happen. Anyway, they've got the tank moving, and that was slightly quicker than DSky, I believe, TosspoT.
What are you R-ing about, Keith? This is war. There are no R's like a cute little pussycat. It's a war. Grr. You should be grrring, not R-ing.
God damn.
Dynamite going down that first tank barrier unless they can stop it. No, they can't. SW cannot get there in time. And I think DSky are missing Red Cross dearly. I think they're missing out on his leadership here, Key. He would rally them. He would push them places where they're not going right now. And I think DSky really need to get him back in action.
I'm more concerned at the moment, well, I'm very concerned at the moment, so to say, about that dynamite. The dynamite has been planted and they've only just repaired the tank. They left it a long time, indeed, and that dynamite from Darky takes out Rennie in the blast as well as SW. It was a bit of a dynamite extravaganza, and they've got the engineers in there already trying to get that truck barrier rebuilt, the tank barrier, rebuilt, but the engineer shot down by the MG42. The tank goes past the first tank barrier and heading over the bridge, and Mythology, I feel, are pretty much doing a lot better than DSky did, in my opinion anyway. I'm getting this tank moving over the bridge. The tank is moving. There's 3 people back up the tank. Rennie is shooting down onto the spawn. And I'm lagged. Are you lagged, TosspoT, or is it just me? Oh no, I'm back.
I'm not lagged at all. I'll carry on though. DSky have not been able to get their position set back up on the bridge like Mythology were able to. They cannot get to it, and this is what I'm talking about when I say momentum. Especially it counts on Gold Rush. If you can get that tank moving, especially at the new B_mover speed that it's with on these settings, as soon as that tank is moving and is covered, it's game over. That is what it's all about, and DSky have realized that because tank has gone from from tank position to almost in the market in about 1 minute. It's preposterous, Kieran. That's what it is, because DSky have blinked and they've lost their position, they've lost their momentum, and all of a sudden they're looking at 16 minutes of utter hell as really exactly what Ozzy said. Mythology are bringing the pain to DSky as they bring that tank around to the marketplace with just Morty there to help. No, Morty put down by ankles, MP40 Key. This is going to be a real uphill struggle for DSky, I think.
This is an outstanding attack and finish by Mythology. They're pretty much charging forward. They've got 2 MG42s in action at the moment, shooting down onto the DSky spawn, causing all sorts of trouble for them, and the engineer's already going in there trying to dodge out the way of the airstrikes that's thrown in there. There's a dynamite that is fading away though. I'm quite surprised that there's no engineer getting down there and getting that dynamite planted. but they've got the engineer pushing forward over the truck tank barrier at the moment instead of planting the dynamite. Not good. And is he back in? Yes, Dark is planting it now. Right close in. They're going to have an easy job of covering that, and the crew-served MGs both on the tank and from behind, causing havoc, just mowing through into the DSky spawn, right into the courtyard. DSky desperately trying to set up a crossfire on that courtyard, but Mythology causing them trouble at the moment. There we say, crew-served MG, tank-mounted MG42. It's just all go at the moment, and 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds, and the tank's repaired as well. Patty has landmined their own spawn. Tank barrier destroyed, and there it is. They are past the second tank barrier already. There's not much life left on that tank, but this point is it's still moving. Xenon's waiting there to... there's 2 medics there, sorry. I thought there was an engineer. There's not. Yes, there is. It's an engineer. Darky's dropped down from behind, drops down, repairs the tank, jumps on that tank, crew-served MG. SW's come on the crew-served MG of their own, shooting down towards that tank, desperately taking out whoever he can. Darky brings the tank into position just before getting shot down by that support fire from Theta, and there it is, blown into the bank. And TosspoT, they have 13 minutes and 50 seconds compared to DSky's 8 to get that gold out.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, I don't think that DSky are gonna hold. I think they missed the leadership, I think they missed the gibbing, I think they missed the whole unity that Red Cross brings to them. They've got 13:35 now, so DSky, Mythology are gonna try and push into spawn. There's just Theta and Juhan now there, but Sanctity and Zenon and Sanctity and Darky are gonna push into that front of the bank now. Zenon's gonna make a run on the gold. This is gonna be over really quick if this happens, Key. He's got the first objective. Darky is gonna escort him out rather than grabbing the second one. No, there are landmines at that shot. Does he see them? First gold crate secure. They're going to grab that second one. Here comes the DSky respawn. Mythology on the front, and DSky have got to do something magical. They've got to do something magical in these last 13 minutes to save their season.
This is unbelievable. They've got both gold into the truck, and they took 50 seconds to get both the crates into the truck. The truck now needs repairing, and they need to get it moving, and they've got 12 minutes and 45 seconds to do it, and they all know that this is the easier part for Mythology. And at the moment, Sanctity just gets shot in the head by Grippy's Luger, but in my opinion, Sanctity in that attack, he must have taken down 4 or 5 people, one after the other. He was just a brick wall that was shooting with some sort of unmissable gun thing that was just taking everybody out on the DSky team, and they're picking each other up well. Mythology at the moment getting the Gibbs in on DSky, and it's all going well for them at the moment as Sanctity charging down again, gets the kill on Theta. Patty is trying to head through the courtyard, he's trying to get the kill there. Panzerfaust from Intact connects with Grippy, and they've got a medic again. Xenon trying to go in towards the tank, but Paddy's landmine sorts him out. Paddy then MP40 Sanctity. Darky, who's an engineer, left there by himself against Morty. It's a one-on-one situation. Morty gets shot down. Darky then takes down Juhan as well. This is impressive. Medic right behind him. He's pulled out. He's repaired. Got 2 engineers repairing it, and the medic right behind him. Medic picks up both. They've got the truck moving. Outstanding medicing there by... who was it? The medic that was keeping them alive was absolutely unstoppable. Darky's going to try and bring that tank home. There's an engineer. That's unfortunate because the tank's been gibbed, has it? No, Ankle's coming from behind and got it moving again. There's 4 DSky members closing in though. Ankle, who is a medic, can't revive that tank though, and DSky go in there. Ankle gets a kill on Grippy. Mythology doing unbelievably well at the moment. Ankle gets another kill on Morty. Intact Panzerfaust on Theta. SW gets the kill on Rennie. Ankle is taken down by Paddy. Morty gets the kill as well on Darky. They need to get this truck moving. DSky gonna play it to the end. Sanctity double kill support fight on SW and Morty. And we see 3 DSky members waiting by that truck for any Mythology player that might try to revive it. And the first in there is Rennie, goes in, tries to connect, double kill Panzer from Juhan. That's going to affect the Mythology team. Intact and Darky on the receiving end, but they've repaired that truck. It's going to be all the way home. Mythology are going to beat DSky in style on Gold Rush in the last seconds with 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. took down to the last map. Mythology win in 9 minutes and 40 seconds on Gold Rush and TosspoT. Wow, comes to mind.
Well of the attack, yes, but I do think that DSky threw it away. I think it was DSky's to lose, and they lost it after that first Oasis super hold. And really, they will be kicking themselves. There was no Vizier, there was no Red Cross, and that is what I think they will blame it on. But Mythology will say, well, we had no Piotr, and that is what they will say would have held them up on Oasis. I do think Mythology came out better. I think they played better, and I think that rtcw.no Premier is going to go to Mythology unless by some freak of nature someone else comes up with the win on rtcw.no against Mythology, because Gunslingers have lost to Mythology 2-0, and really Mythology dominant force in that division. DSky, well, they've got to regroup, they've still got Eurocup to fight for, and it is going to take a lot to dislodge Mythology now, because they're going to retrain one of their players to play Engineer. They've brought in Rapture, that everything is slotting into the Mythology plan, as their long-term goal, as we heard, is to just push on, win these two, and then hopefully go to a major LAN and win that, and then look beyond that. Mythology have done what they need to do tonight. They've done everything right, and really they will be most happy, even though perhaps they came from behind to win it. But you never know. From a DSky point of view, they will have to evaluate where they went wrong today and just come to some new way of attacking. On Oasis it was pretty impressive. They had lots of different attack strategies to themselves. They all knew, right, let's try set play number 1, set play number 2 on what was a Gold Rush, sorry, their last stage defense, which is supposedly meant to be the easiest to set up, because you've got just set positions and you can just put people right, say you're here, you're there, crossfire, bang, bang, game over. That was their weakest stage out of all of it, and Mythology got that gold and got out of it, and ironically their best defense was probably right up at Trap Barrier 2, where they held them the longest, so it was not so good from a DSky point of view, but you never know. They can still win Eurocup. They can still push on, and they're gonna hope that they can maintain their unbeaten run in Eurocup.
Yep, that was a great match. I enjoyed that. I've been looking forward to casting that match for quite some time, and it proved its worth. There was some outstanding plays from both teams, as the TosspoT said. DSky really letting it drop at the end there. By far, didn't really come up with the goods when they were needed, and Mythology took advantage of that, started to give better, started to pick up better, and Mythology just overwhelmed DSky at the end due to those few facts. I do believe that if DSky had what should I be saying? If DSky had gibbed Mythology a bit more efficiently, TosspoT, there might have been a bit of different turnout to that match.
Well, yes and no. I think end of it was always going to be that finish, so to speak. I mean, they didn't look coherent as a unit, and that was the real pain in the back for it, I guess.
Right. Have you got anybody that wants to come on and give some views on the match, TosspoT, or are we finishing the cast there?
No, we've got no post match today, so we are about done here from Radio ITG, and check it out on the website, though, of course. RadioITG.com went up last week, and it is a real cracker of a site.
Indeed. Go sign up for RadioITG.com, sign up for those forums, and you never know, you might get TosspoT talking to you as well. Privilege, TosspoT, getting to talk to you. Privilege indeed. Anyway, that was a great match. DSky have lost to Mythology, and believe it or not, Mythology have beaten. And DSky went down to Gold Rush, and in the end, Mythology are the ones that take it. Sorry, someone from Mythology's just messaged me, so we'll just wait a couple of seconds. Oh, he's asking me where to download the Shoutcast. The Shoutcast, for all you listeners out there, will be sent to our lovely new music editor, ITG Fox, who will then upload it to the website. So it should be with you, in the next couple of days. I wouldn't have thought any longer than that. I'm sure you'll all love to download it. Anyway, TosspoT, any last words?
Nope. Have a nice week.
Oh, there we go. How nice. Anyway, you have been listening to Keyring and TosspoT at Radio ITG.